Hey everyone, and welcome back to today's video. Today we're diving into 4 sovereign citizen court cases, ranging from completely delusional to outrageously disrespectful, with the 4th one having compelling follow-up that I'll be covering next week. So let's dive right in.
2060-360. Mr. Schultz appears without counsel. The fancy word for that is pro se. Mr. Holmes and Mr. Schwanevelt are here from the district attorney's office. And I was wondering if you were going to apply for a public defender.
Nope.
Nope.
I'm prepared. I got my documents prepared right in front of me, ma'am.
Well, it might not be that easy. So here's the deal.
Magna Carta, chapter.
Oh, 2 in one day. I'm gonna, go ahead. You can make your record.
Magna Carta is either chapter 16 or 61. I know I'm getting a little bit of a stress headache.
Okay, don't just take a breath.
UCC 3-101.
Okay.
UCC 9-101.
Okay.
Black's Law, 7th edition. Person, second definition. Artificial person, straw man, corporation, as defined by law.
Okay.
Executed by Emperor Constantine of the Roman Empire and to date never challenged.
Okay.
Non-juris corpus. I am not a judge. Magistrate. Executor of a dead person's property while I still live and breathe.
Okay.
Yes. Birth certificate is proof of a $1 quintillion private corporate banking account held in trust since I was born, which I was legally supposed to be executor and holder of in due course on December 27th, 1978, 48 and almost 1/2 years ago. That is now escalated to 500 quintillion for the delay, constant harassment, constant physical and verbal assault, and constant fraudulent activity to extort my money. California, Business and Practice, Section 6067. Every person on his or her admission shall take an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America and the Constitution of the State of Residence against all enemies, foreign and domestic. A certificate of admission shall thereupon be given to the applicant by the clerk of courts. This shall also be endorsed on said alleged license to practice law and be able to present it upon demand by a defendant now demands district attorney or any lawyer attorney to present such documentation which does not exist, as there is no licensing board or attorneys or lawyers, just a union representative of the acronym British Admiralty Registry, BAR. According to the English language, all capital letters must only be an acronym, a corporation, or shouting. Period. End of report. I demand to see that document. Therefore, the U.S. citizens of that corporation, as established by Abraham Lincoln, residing in one of the states of the Union, as classified as property and franchisees of the United States government as an individual entity. Wheeling Steel Corp. versus Fox, 298 U period S period 19380 L period ED period 114356 S PCTP 773. Quote, the first 8 amendments have uniformly been held not to be protected from state action by privilege and immunities clause of the unredacted, unpassed 14th Amendment, Hogg versus CJL 307 U.S. 496520. Title 18, United States Code Section 242. 49, United States Code 11332, parenthesis 2, 18 U.S.C. Section 1583. The right to travel in a modern day conveyance, aka motor vehicle, is a right, not a state-granted privilege, aka driver's license, as long as I do not operate a business, such as a delivery service or a taxi, out of my personally owned vehicle. An act against the Constitution is automatically null and void. 15 USC 6802, 15 USC 168 S-2, 5 USC period 1618 period 15 USC 1681 lowercase I 15 USC 1692G 15 USC 1681 lowercase n 16 USC 1681 S-2, of which motels and hostels should not be exempt from. 15 USC 1681G, charge offs which should be in my pocket. 15 USC 6802, Federal Debt Collection Practices Act. U.S. Supreme Court, American Insurance Company versus Cantor, 1892.
All right.
I do not consent to be governed any longer as per Declaration of the Independence and Cruden versus Neal. I request a copy of the court's delegation of authority. I request a court master audit to the case for compliance and fairness. I request the court for sealing and expungement of all cases heretofore incurring and hereinafter arising to my and my family members' eventual demise. Furthermore, transaction accounts are unlawfully done. The only entity that can put money into an account, take money out of an account, or transfer money to any account is the physical representation of the corporation itself, not any other person.
Are you attempting to reveal your own instability without directly admitting it? Let's clear up a few things here. The bar, the court's reference is the actual physical barrier separating courtroom spectators from litigants and attorneys, not the British Accredited Registry. The right to travel refers exclusively to interstate travel by citizens, not the right to operate your vehicle without a valid license. And finally, if you genuinely refuse to be governed, then relocate to a country without a functioning government instead of residing in the United States, where individual states hold the absolute right to govern themselves under the 10th Amendment. Now that we've thoroughly addressed that nonsense, it's the judge's turn to completely obliterate your arguments.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Schultz, thank you for that record, sir. It's all been recorded, and I am hereby denying your request. I'm going to make my record at this time. Sir, you've been charged under the Colorado Revised Statute 424-1602, leaving the scene of an accident, damage only, all right? Under the 10th Amendment, the states have the authority to enact laws to protect the citizens of that state. I have authority over your case under Article 6 of the Colorado Constitution, Sections 1 and 16, and the Colorado Revised Statute 136106. I have subject matter jurisdiction over this matter under Article 6 of the Colorado Constitution, Section 17, Colorado Revised Statute 181201, and Colorado Revised Statute 136106. I have personal jurisdiction over you as a result that you were issued a summons and complaint under Rule 4.1 of the Colorado Rules of Criminal Procedure. And so this case will be proceeding as follows. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. If you
No,
cannot afford an
I
attorney,
do have a state. I
I
have a statement
listened
ready.
to you.
I do have a
I
statement
listened
ready.
to you. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. If
I
you
don't
cannot
need one.
afford an attorney and you fill out the application for and qualify for the
I
public
don't
defender.
need one.
will
I just
be
proved I
appointed
don't need
before
one.
any further proceedings are held.
I
Now,
just
here's
proved I
where
don't
you
need
and I are going to get into some serious conversation. I understand all your allegations and perhaps your sovereign beliefs. They're a bit disjointed. So what gives me concern is you have every right to believe what you want to believe, but I'm concerned about your competency to understand the proceedings before you today, to understand what's going on, the possible consequences. And should you obtain an attorney, I'd be concerned about your
I do
ability
not
to
need
assist
or
your
want an attorney.
with your defense. So how these proceedings go are, if you don't want to accept a plea agreement or entertain a plea agreement made by the people, you have the right to plead not guilty and take this matter to trial.
I do have a statement if
I'm not
if I'm allowed to make it.
I'm not finished. If this matter goes to trial and you represent yourself, you would be held to the same standards as an attorney would be held
Mhm.
in terms of knowing the rules of procedure and the rules of evidence.
Mhm.
If you're convicted, you would have the right to appeal. If you're acquitted, no further
Mhm.
action would be necessary.
Mhm. I have no problem going to a jury trial, but I can't pay for it.
You don't have to pay for it.
Okay. I request a jury trial.
Okay, so are you entering a plea of not guilty today?
Okay. I'll hang on to this.
I don't know what that is. So, sir,
It's
he-
my
here's how the jury trial would proceed. The issue before the court in a jury trial would be one issue and one issue only. And it would be whether or not on June 5th of 2026, you were involved in an accident and you left the scene of that accident. It would have nothing to do with what you believe are your rights under any sovereign principles. Your jury trial would be to determine whether or not the people
Yeah,
could
the
prove
ultimate-
to the jury
I have the ultimate killer
that
statement.
sooner
on that
about
one, too.
January 5th of 2026.
I have the ultimate killer statement on that one too.
Okay, a killer statement may not get you very far. I mean, granted, this is a class 2 traffic offense, but it does carry the possibility of 10 to 90 days in jail. And so
See the inside of a jail cell again, trust me.
I do trust you, but I'm also very concerned about your ability to
I'm not trying to
understand
take
these
too much of your time,
proceedings.
ma'am. May I go?
Yeah, you're absolutely free to leave, but you can also expect a warrant for your arrest issued swiftly and decisively for failing to appear in court.
I am going to give you,
Am I being held?
I'm going to give you, you're not being held, but I'm going to, but if you walk out the door without me giving you permission to walk out the door, I also have the authority to issue a bench warrant. And so let me, I have to give you what, right. I am concerned with your ability to understand the nature and course of the proceedings against you, or of participating in your defense, or cooperating with, if you had defense counsel. And
Yeah.
so,
Ma'am, if I may interrupt, I had to self-diagnose myself with ADHD.
right,
I'm a non-lateral thinker.
but my
Okay.
son has that, AUADD, yeah.
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 And like I said, I do not need an attorney or any counseling whatsoever. I'm going to be seeking my own counseling through the Veterans Administration. I am a 100% service-connected vet because of this.
Okay.
And I just need the time to get that set up here in Colorado Springs.
Right. Here's my concern. My concern is that we have this legal proceeding, and I don't believe that if you are determined to be incompetent, we can't go forward on any of these proceedings, and you would get the counseling that you're
I'm
requesting.
standing here before you presenting my case.
Right. The issues that you raise in presenting your case are, as I said, disjointed. They're irrelevant to the matter at hand. They're born of what I understand you believe to be necessary and required, but they have no basis in law under under the US Constitution, the Colorado Constitution, or the laws of the state.
Can I make a statement on the exact case?
You'll
while I'm
make
standing here?
one more statement, and then I'm going to read you your competency advisement.
I was not fleeing the scene. I was trying to move the scene away from traffic to a safer place. That's all I was trying to do. I was trying to not choke up the traffic, which was already backed up by 2 other accidents.
Okay. So here's the deal. I don't know if, let's just indulge me. If the people have were you going to make an offer? Just indulge me.
Yes, and it would just be plead guilty to leaving the scene with a $300 fine and then 12 months of unsupervised probation with just a making better choices class.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get that.
All right, that's what my colleague came up with that offer. In this case, I'm comfortable with just a 12-month deferred sentence and then a fine.
But I still, I mean, I don't know. Mr. Hoffman, as an officer of the court, I'm going to have you and Mr. Schultz just sit out in the hallway. I don't want to raise.
I need
competency.
water.
Yeah, you know.
There's a water fountain outside.
Yeah, but we'll, okay, Mr. Hoffman's going to assist you. Bring it back.
Just want to kind of talk about this.
Yeah, and the offer, and just if you have competency concerns too, I don't want to comp him just for being sovereign. Hi, everybody.
All right, that's precisely where we're going to wrap up that segment. They stepped away briefly, returned, and ultimately agreed to offer him a deferred competency sentence. Now, I couldn't locate any specific legal definition for a deferred competency sentence, but I can only assume it means that if he's determined to be fully competent, he will then receive a deferred sentence. Personally, I highly doubt he'll be found incompetent, unless sovereign citizenship delusions have suddenly become the new benchmark for measuring competency. Now we move on to our next case, where the defendant is having his hearing while in custody.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, fellow Mason. Fellow Freemason, I can hear you.
What is your name?
I'm Inky. I'm on the way to the lodge in Salida.
What is your legal name?
Christopher. I'm a follower of God, leader of men. I'm Inky. I am the light. I'm on my way to the lodge in Salida. I'm a fellow Freemason.
All right, Christopher Roberts. Is that your full legal name?
I'm Inky. I do not wish to contract.
I will call you Inky if you wish, but I want to confirm it's you, Christopher Roberts.
You are a Mason, correct?
I'm a judicial officer, Mr. Roberts.
You are a Mason. You are a part of the Freemasonic order.
All right.
I'm Inky. I am the light. I'm a fellow Mason.
Mr. Roberts appears virtually in custody. Inky, one of the rights you have in your case is to be represented by a lawyer. Would you like a lawyer to represent you at this hearing?
I do not need a lawyer. I did not
All right.
agree to contract. I was doing nothing wrong. I would like this solved today. I literally parked my vehicle. I took a walk over to the gas station to take a dump. I came back.
Okay, Mr.
There was an officer. You work for me. You will listen, please.
No, I am muting your microphone. I'm trying to mute it. Thank you. And the reason I'm doing that is because you have a right to remain silent. Anything that you say can and will be used against you. I'm going to advise you of the other rights that you have in your case. You have you are presumed innocent. The burden is on the prosecutor to prove any charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt. In this case, you've been charged with a Class 2 misdemeanor, resisting arrest. Any guilty plea you make in this case must be voluntary, meaning that you were not coerced or unduly influenced to plead guilty. A conviction may adversely affect your immigration status. If you are a veteran, you may be entitled to other resources, and you can contact the Veterans Services Office to be connected with the Veterans Court. Mr. Ibsen appears virtually for the people. Argument for bond.
Judge, people don't have a problem with the PR bond in this case. He does have a warrant out for him in another jurisdiction. Don't know what that's going to do to him, but.
All right, thank you. The court finds probable cause for the charge of resisting arrest in the affidavit. The court will order a $50 personal recognizance bond. Are the people requesting any other conditions, Mr. Ibsen?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you. All right, Inky, I have unmuted your microphone. What I have ordered is that you will be not held in this case by any monetary amount. However, you do have a warrant in El Paso County, which is Colorado Springs, which may be holding you. Once that case is resolved, this resisting arrest will not prevent you from being released from custody. Do you have any questions?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Your next court date will be Tuesday. Mr. Ibsen, what time are the in custodies
I'll be at the
normally
lodge
held?
in Salida.
Judge,
If
it's
you know.
pretty variable. They can be either at 11 o'clock if it's a public defender client, or 1:30 if it's a private client.
All right, we'll do this at 11 o'clock. Mr.
Sovereign, I'm Inky. I am not the name you gave that the Social Security Administration gave me. Okay? I am awake. I'm a free living man. I am not a citizen. Okay? I am a sovereign. I'm a fellow Mason. Do you understand me?
I understand that you are a sovereign.
You have a nice
I
day.
have set your bond at $50 personal recognizance, and your next court date will be
I
Tuesday.
don't have any money, Your Honor. I am destitute.
I'm not requiring any money for you to be released on this case. A personal recognizance means that you can sign out of the jail on this case. However, there is a warrant from El Paso County, and you won't be released until that is resolved.
Then I suppose the so-called free living man should immediately start referring to himself as an incarcerated living man until that matter is fully and completely resolved. Now we move on to our next spectacularly incompetent individual, who happens to be a follow-up to a sovereign citizen I covered just last week, the one and only Alan Trammell.
Mr. Trammell, come on up. '21. 26 CR 921 Trammell appearances.
Anthony Santos for the people.
And let the record reflect that we have Mr. Trammell here. We're set for arraignment today. Mr. Trammell, how would you like to move forward?
First of all, Your Honor, is this a court of record? Can I get a stenographic report of this
No,
proceeding?
we don't do stenographic recording. There's an FTR machine. It is being recorded. If you want a transcript after this hearing, you can request it.
Yeah.
How do you want to move forward? Do you want to enter a plea of not guilty so that we can get this case moving? Or do you want to reach a disposition and enter a plea of guilty? How would you like to move forward?
Can you repeat that, please?
We're set for arraignment today.
Yes.
At arraignment, you can either plead guilty or not guilty
Guilty or not guilty to what?
to the charges.
Which are?
You are charged in this case with possession of a dangerous weapon and large capacity magazine prohibited. And let me make sure that I give you the state statutory cites. Possession of a dangerous weapon pursuant to 1812-102 subsection 3. Large capacity magazine prohibited during crime, 1812-302 subsection 1, subsection 1AC. Now, what is your plea? Guilty or not guilty?
I'm not here to plead guilty or not guilty. I have a question. I do have a right to know the cause and the nature of this
You can do
particular
that. You're
offense.
not going to do that today in court. You can seek discovery. You can communicate with the district attorney's office and you can ask for discovery. How are you moving forward today? Guilty or not guilty? That's what we're doing today. You're set for arraignment. I told you last time we were here, you wanted to,
I
if you wanted to
understand that.
apply for an attorney, you
understand
didn't
that.
want one?
However, under the Sixth Amendment, I do have a right to know. It affords and guarantees me the right to know the cause and nature of this particular action.
Sir,
Ma'am.
you're
And
set
it's
for
your duty
arraignment.
to tell me what the cause and nature of the action
You're
is.
set for
Is
arraignment.
this a criminal or civil offense?
This is a criminal offense,
Okay, so
sir.
under the Constitution, there's two jurisdictions. One is under the common law and the other one is a condition of contract. On the colorable elements of
I
Admiralty
know
jurisdiction.
whether or not you're getting
Which
your.
two of these jurisdictions will you
Let me
hear
tell
this
you what
case
you're
on?
not going to do today, Mr. Trammell. You are not going to interrupt me when I'm speaking. Do you understand me?
I'm not interrupting you.
Okay. Now, you are here for arraignment. And
I
I'm
really
going to ask
understand
you.
that, but you're not answering my questions. I can't adequately answer the question
You're
until
here
you
for
answer
2
mine.
criminal charges. Okay?
Okay, so is this common law or are we under the tolerable admiralty jurisdiction?
These are statutory, this is
Okay, but you're not
statutory.
answering my
This is not
question.
common law.
You're not answering my question. And I'm not interrupting you. I'm not being loud. I'm asking you a simple question. It's my right to know. And you're
Sir?
not telling me.
Sir, you are here pursuant to statutes. Okay?
You did not answer my question.
Okay. Sir, common law. Now,
Common law?
do you plead guilty or not guilty?
Okay, so
sir?
we're under the common law. Where is the injured party? Under the
Sir?
common law.
Sir, the people are the injured party in this case. How do you plead guilty or
We'll put
not
the people
guilty?
on the bench then.
You're going to enter a plea of not guilty today.
So
We're
now
going to
you're
set you for
practicing law from
trial.
the bench, aiding the prosecution?
Where's the paperwork? Not
Let the
guilty
record
plea
reflect that
enters
Your Honor
today.
is
Your
practicing
speedy
law
trial
from the bench
runs
and aiding the
on
prosecution.
December 5th, 2026. Motions are due on July 6th, 2026. Your disposition date is scheduled for July 27th at 8:30.
You said July 6th?
July 6th, your motions are due.
And what was the other date?
And July 27th, you're set for disposition. If testimonial motions are filed,
27th?
the 27th of July. If you file testimonial motions, I'll set a motions hearing then. Thank you. Your speedy trial again is actually December 4th. We'll see you on July 27th. Thank you. Bond continues.